Every year in California, farmers harvest about 2.8 million tons of grapes. That's more than 500 billion individual grapes grown, picked and shipped in just a few short months. Those grapes in your salad, your kid's lunchbox or your evening glass of wine, most of them started right here under this sun. Today, we're heading into the heart of California's vineyards to see how vines, machines, and thousands of workers turn sunlight and soil into one of America's most valuable crops. Our story starts in winter, when the vines are still just a plan on paper. From January onward, crews drive posts into the ground, stretch wires, and lay out drip irrigation. Once the skeleton of the vineyard is ready, young vines arrive from the nursery, bundled, fragile, and full of potential. Hole by hole, row by row, thousands of seedlings are planted into freshly prepared soil. It doesn't look like much now, but this is the foundation for decades of harvests. California is the epicenter of grape farming in the United States. As of 2024, vineyards here cover around 710,000 acres, producing roughly 71% of all US grapes. Farmers plant about 900 vines per acre, spaced around 7 feet apart, so each plant has room to breathe and reach the sun. California grows 3 main kinds of grapes: table grapes for eating fresh, wine grapes for wineries, and grapes destined to become raisins. With careful pruning and training, it takes at least 3 years before a new vine is ready to carry a serious crop. In winter, the vineyards go quiet, but the work doesn't stop. Pruning crews move down each row, cutting back last year's growth on 4, 5, and 10-year-old vines. Old canes are removed so that new shoots can carry next year's fruit. It's like pushing a reset button for the plant. Shoots at the base are cut away so the vine's energy flows into strong, well-placed fruiting wood. As temperatures rise, the vineyard wakes up. Tiny green buds swell and burst along the canes. The first leaves and future grape clusters appear. By May, most vineyards can see their crop beginning to take shape. But new growth attracts new enemies. Aphids, leafhoppers, beetles, and fungal diseases all wait for their chance. Growers use a mix of scouting, biological controls, and targeted sprays, often choosing softer, more organic-friendly products to protect young clusters without harming beneficial insects. When clusters start to swell, it's time to make hard choices. On many blocks, crews remove around 30% of the fruit, dropping smaller or crowded bunches to the ground. It might look like waste, but it's actually an investment. Fewer clusters mean the remaining grapes grow larger, sweeter, and more uniform. In grape farming, quality always beats raw volume. If you're enjoying this behind-the-scenes look at real farming, hit that like button so more people can see where their food really comes from. Grapevines are tough, but California summers are tougher. Each mature vine may need 8 to 10 gallons of water per day during the hottest months. Drip irrigation delivers water straight to the root zone, stretching every precious gallon. In a dry year, keeping vines alive can feel like gambling with every drop. Too little and the crop shrivels. Too much and the grapes lose flavor. Getting that balance right is one of the grower's hardest jobs. When sugar levels and color are just right, harvest begins. For table grapes, everything is done by hand. Workers move through the vines, cutting each cluster, checking for defects as they go. Not every bunch makes the cut. Soft or damaged fruit is left behind, or trimmed out on the spot. This careful, cluster-by-cluster approach is what keeps grapes looking perfect by the time you see them in the store. Behind the numbers, there are people. Each season, around 95,000 workers come to California's vineyards to help bring in the crop, often earning about $18 an hour. For some, like a father sending money back to his kids in Mexico, harvest isn't just a job, it's a lifeline. Their hands, their backs, and their experience turn rows of vines into a $2.7 billion harvest. From the field, grapes move quickly to packing houses. Here they're cooled, washed, and carefully sorted by size, color, and condition. California's vineyards produced about 2.8 million tons of grapes in 2024, and every box that leaves these lines has been checked by both machines and human eyes. Table grapes go into clamshells and cartons ready for supermarkets. Wine and raisin grapes are routed to crush pads or drying yards, each type on its own path. Wine grapes live by different rules. They're often harvested at night or early morning for cooler temperatures, sometimes by machine, sometimes by hand in premium blocks. These grapes don't need to look pretty in a supermarket. What matters here is sugar, acidity, and skin, the building blocks of flavor. From here, they're crushed, fermented, and aged into wines that carry the taste of this valley to drinkers around the world. California's grape industry doesn't stop at state borders. Fresh grapes, wines, and raisins travel across the US and far beyond to markets like Canada, Japan, and Korea. Each shipment carries more than fruit and flavor. It carries the work of thousands of people and the story of a landscape built on vines. So now you've seen it. From empty trellis rows to packed pallets, from tiny buds to oceans of grapes. Next time you snack on a handful of grapes or pour a glass of wine, you'll know there are seasons of risk, work, and care behind every sip and every bite. Which part of this journey surprised you most? The scale, the people, or the patience it takes? Let us know in the comments. If you loved this behind-the-scenes look at real farming, hit like, share this video, and subscribe for more farm-to-table stories.